So welcome back to the channel. Before I start this video you're about to see, I'd like to invite and welcome all you new subscribers. Over the past week we've gained over 60 of you guys, and I know a lot of you might have come from over at Jed's channel, so I'd like to say thank you for subscribing, and I'll let you guys know a little bit on what you're in for on this channel. There's a lot of confusion going on right now because I keep talking about this 455 Oldsmobile build. There are two of them right now at the same time being built. There's one right there in that bag. Where is it? Right there. That is the 69 Olds Toronado 455 that we picked up. Dirt cheap for how clean that thing was inside. The engine looked like it just came out of a hot tank, and it's never been rebuilt. Getting some stuff painted for it. Anyway, as far as we got on that block is the crankshaft is now in it, and we had to put the brakes on because today's Tuesday. You'll be seeing this tomorrow is Wednesday, and Thursday morning we're heading out to go to Ocean City. So we put the brakes on that engine for now. Everything's oiled down so it won't rust. The other 455 is mine. Like I said, that one's my dad's. Mine is at the machine shop currently, which is done. It's a fully assembled short block, and it's done, it's paid off. I just got to get down there and pick it up. One, as you can see, this garage is a cluster fudge of a mess right now. We got transmissions just hanging around, intake manifolds, flywheels and flex plates. So I gotta find a place to put this thing. But anyway, like I was saying, to clear up the confusion, there's two of these engines being built. The one in the machine shop is out of a 70 Olds 98, and that's gonna be a whole different build in itself. His is fairly stock. It's a stock engine with a camshaft. Mine is going to a whole nother level, and that is going in the 68 Cutlass Supreme over here. In case nobody's seen any videos on this car, little background on it is I picked this car up in 2010, and this car was junkyard ready. And I mean, it kind of still is body wise, but it looks good. But it took me 3 years to get this car road ready, working on it on and off. It used to be dark green, like a forest green with a silver bottom, and rust. So this car's come a long ways. It's still a factory Olds 354 barrel with a 2-speed automatic. The motor's been rebuilt. It had 121,000 on it when we got the car. And when we pulled the cylinder heads off, the cylinders look brand new. The factory crosshatching is there. There's no ridge ring, no sludge. So whoever had the car before me really took care of it. So it didn't take much to overhaul the motor, and it looks good underneath. Feel free, scroll through my playlist. You'll see some stuff on this car. Also, excuse me, I'm getting over being sick. I don't know how that happened. It's May, so I'm all stuffed up. But anyway, I just wanted to welcome all you new subscribers to the channel, say hi, and thank you for coming on board with us. And enjoy the video. So what are you working on?
Big block, almost 455.
From
From a Toronado. That's all that wind that whips around.
And that is going in
Eventually.
the wagon. We were thinking about putting it in the wagon before cruise week, but one, there's no time, and two, even if there was time, the engine hasn't proven itself, and you don't want to put a freshly broken motor in a car and then take it right on a road trip from state to state. So this thing should do all right, but
I'll be alright doing that.
But it'd still be smarter to just run with the 350 that's in it. It's not like it's still a 307, so.
I think it'd be ready for a road trip. If it's gonna fail, it's gonna fail instantly. There's no reason for it.
Hood tech. Ooh. Oh, got a gas tank for my Trans Am. Because The gas tank on my Trans Am now is actually rotted where the filler neck goes into the tank itself at the bottom. So if you run more than half a tank of gas in the car, it leaks out on the ground. But anyway, this engine was made in Michigan. It's a 69 from a Toronado, and it's made on the 15th of January. Olds has a different way of identifying date codes on their engines. If it was January 1st, it'd be stamped 1. January 15th is 15. The 350 in the wagon says 304. And the 304th day of the year is October 31st. So it's a Halloween engine that's in this. It's real simple. So I don't know how they take care of business on leap year or nothing like that, but got some stickers. Can't go wrong with a little advertisement on your beat down, shouldn't be on the road anymore, sitting in traffic station wagon. This car is funny. It gets two kinds of looks in traffic. One look is, oh man, that's too cool. And the other one is, ill. I'm gonna teach everybody how to do a homemade budget, cheap aluminum intake. You take your cast iron intake and you just paint it silver. And then you have an aluminum intake. I'm not using this intake on that engine, and it's fresh metal, so I need to put some kind of paint on here to keep it from flash rusting. And I have this high temp silver, which I figured would work perfect to keep it from not only from rusting, but if I ever do use this intake on something, it's really easy to paint whatever color you want over silver. So that's what I'm doing right now. Look at it, it already looks like an aluminum intake. That's the low-rise Toronado intake. This is the standard issue cast iron intake off that 70 Olds 98 engine. I think this is the one we're gonna use. I'd like to use the Toronado one, but I don't know if we can with the air conditioner brackets.
Yeah.
I don't think the bracket would reach to the bottom of that low-rise intake.
They're not compatible.
It would have been really cool to use it, but we can't. So I'm gonna start painting this one here in a second.
Before the rain shows up.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna rain any second. No, it looks good enough. I think it looks good. It looks better through the sunglasses, but you ain't gonna be able to tell. Got the intake done. Painted that one silver so it doesn't rust, and you can paint over the silver whatever color you want. And then valve covers are cleaned up. The insides of them actually didn't really require much cleaning. They're pretty clean out of the box. This engine's hasn't been run much, so. We got our manifolds here on the floor. You can't really see them. This one is an X, driver's side, and this one is a Z. It is a true dual exhaust manifold for an Oldsmobile. Not sure what car it came off of, but they're mine now. Minty. So the spray paint bottle lied. Actually, the cap lied. That cap looks dark like the Edelbrock box next to it. And it says on the can, bright red.
It is.
Well, if you look at it over here in the sun, it looks like a Chrysler engine red, almost like a borderline orange. It's like the same color I painted the 318. So, if you get the bright red, don't expect it to come out as a nice deep red like that. It's gonna be slightly orange. Okay, that is clearly orange. It's like a Hemi orange, or like a Chrysler engine red. Looking against the cap, you can clearly see the difference. Why can't they ever just make them the color of the cap? Like, how hard is that? You make paint and you make the cap. I don't know how well this is getting picked up on camera, but I figured out what the color is. It's not red. It's the same color as the snowblower back there. Almost the exact same color. I'm gonna call the company and complain. I thought I was getting red paint. You know, it says on the can, bright red. And instead, I could paint a Kubota tractor with it. So, yeah, it should be the color of that seat. Should be more of a red like that. And no, it's orange. It's Kubota orange. I'm getting ready to plastic gauge the bearings, drop the crank in. He's cleaning up the crank a little bit.
I'm scratching it up really good.
Alright, so off camera, I already stuck the camshaft in there. I always see everybody put the crankshaft in first, and I find it easier to get the cam in if you don't have a tool to do it. If the engine's upside down right now, but I had it right side up, and you can take your right hand and work that end, and you can support the cam back here with your left hand and walk it, like guide it in really nice and easy because the crank's not in your way. So I don't know if anybody else does the camshaft first or not. And we're getting ready to drop the crank in here. Also, we deleted the rope seal and we're using a rubber type. And this is actually for a Ford 460 engine. But believe it or not, it fits perfectly in an old big block. And part stores have updated their catalogs and computers. If you look up Oldsmobile rear main seal, the same part number will come up in their system as you would for a Ford engine. So if Ford ever did anything good in their life, they made me a seal for my engine. This is just laying here. This doesn't have any, I didn't tighten this down. Didn't tighten this one down either. I started with this one in the back, which is 120 foot-pounds. And after I install this, I rotate the crank and see how it feels. And then when I get this one done, I'm going to rotate the crank and see how it feels. The reason I do it like that is that if there is some kind of hang-up or a problem, I'll know exactly where it is. So my dad was like, why don't we just bolt them all in and just then check it? He's like, I don't want to wipe the assembly lube off of the crank onto the block. But I mean, this is the safest way to do it. If you got a problem, you'll know exactly where it is. I use this stuff. It's good for the whole engine, even for breaking in camshafts, so. Oh yeah, just look at that thing. And of course, we're using an old clicky type torque wrench. Riley's got one of those digital ones that beep at you. I don't like it. There's no feeling to it. Beep. It just beeps at you. Okay, stop.
Is this some torque?
No.
Alright, move on to the side.
But that's it. We're going to Ocean City. We're going to have a good time down at Cruise Week. See about 3,500, 4,000 cars running a 4-day circuit, 3-day whatever. So I'm going to be filming a lot down there. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be a good show. A wheel spinning, tire spinning, cop chasing. Sometimes there's accidents. And I need to hurry up and get better pronto because I don't want to feel like shit the whole time I'm down there. But anyway, I'll see you guys later and have a good one.